Good morning, ham radio operators.
Aloha.
Aloha. How is everybody? It's good to have you here. And I recognize a few familiar faces and a few not so familiar faces. So welcome, we're glad you're here. We're gonna have a fun show and tell. We'll do a little bit of business here, thanks to Tyler here. He's our presenter pro. And anyway, welcome. First of all, do we have a slide for introducing the board, or should I just do it now? Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll have people introduce you. First of all, I'm Kevin. N7RXE is my call sign. I'm the president for this year, and we'll introduce the board in a bit. If you're not a member of BARC and you would like to join or renew, you can go online to barconline.org membership, and you can take care of that online, okay?
And you don't have to be a member.
Yep, and you don't have to be a member of BARC to participate in anything we do. So please feel free to come and have fun. We'll start over here with Tyler. Introduce yourself.
I'm Tyler, N7UWX. I'm the VP.
All right, where's Tammy? All right, let's get Tammy.
N7YTO, and I'm the secretary.
And she takes care of us with good treats. All right, Richard Elwood, our treasurer, is he's not here today.
He's online today.
He's online. Welcome, Richard. We appreciate all he does. He keeps our money straight, and he keeps me in line.
I'm Spencer Dattage, KE7TAS, and I'm a board member.
All right, we're going to go all the way back here to Dave. I'm going to go in order so I don't miss anybody.
Dave Cavanaugh, AG7DC, board member.
All right, where's Doug Eames? Where are you, Doug? Right there?
Doug Eames, K1NQ, and I'm a board member.
All right, Joseph.
Joseph Longhurst, and I'm a board member, KI5FUN.
All right, swinging over to, we'll get at Jason while we're right here, and then I'll go to Ted.
Good morning, I'm Jason Ashcroft, KF7OIR, and I'm a board member.
All right, we'll go back here to Ted.
Ted McArthur, board member.
All right, Brian, do you want to come up briefly and talk about your business? And then we'll go to licensing exams otherwise I'll forget.
Yeah, no worries. So last year I got to help out with something called the Moab 240, where psychopaths go run 240 miles down in the desert from Moab down to Monticello. They are looking for people that want to come down and help. It's very, very chill. If any of you guys have done Bear 100, it's that, but without all the checking in and checking out. It's basically you sit there. If there's anything that the aid station captain needs, you call in for that, and if there's any emergencies. Other than that, you just sit and chill and enjoy the time. It's beautiful out there. They also have 2 other events that they help out with that they're looking for people for, and it's Lake Tahoe, and then there's another one down in Arizona, the Gila Monster. I think that one's a 300. I don't know. Lots of crack taken, whoever's setting these up. But anyways, that's about it.
When is it?
So the Moab 240 is going to be in October. We were down there October 15th-ish, around that time. It's about a week long, depending on where your aid station is. Some of them are going to be up in the pines. Some are going to be out in the desert. But it's a great time either way.
All right, before I forget and we get to licensing, this is your first time, any recent licensees that just got their license in the last couple of months? Okay, we had a big test session a few weeks ago. How many were there? Over 20 licensed? All right. Anybody here for the first time? These 2? Well, we got a whole bunch. I'll start over here. This is for those that are online. How many we got online today?
2 right now, but we're recording.
Okay.
My name's Barry, KC2RZU.
That's a New York. Cause light, huh? Okay, where else did we have? Hands over here. Drew, you can introduce yourself along with them.
Okay, so Drew Durbridge, KK7ZHF. My kids are just interested in ham radio. They're might be a while before testing, but they're excited about it, so we're bringing them along.
We've got some things we can do, some activities with youth that want to get their license. So.
I'm Alyssa. This is my nephew, Evan. We're newbies. We're just trying to figure it out and see if it's something he can get into, because I think he'll like it.
Do you have your license?
I do not, but so we're, yeah, he got us here. And so I think.
Well, you got a good mentor there.
Yeah.
Bring them along on those events.
Try it.
All right, where else did we have somebody? Was that it? Okay, well, welcome everyone. The rest of us are quasi old timers. All right. Our next test session is Saturday, April 25th at 3 p.m. So please, if you're on any nets or you run into people that are interested in ham radio, you can send them to our licensing website, and it has resources to download and get on ham study and do stuff. Upcoming one-day ham class, if you're trying to get your general, this is what we call a cram session, and you'll want to study before it, but the group will review with you all of the questions before the test that day, and the test is usually around 3 p.m. So if you're interested in getting your license, come participate in that. All right. Ted, you want to come up and talk about the ARIES and activities going on there. And while he's coming up, I would like to recognize Will Lusk. Will, I've forgotten your call sign.
KI7ROK.
KI7ROK. I'll try to remember that better, but I'm sure I will. Will is the emergency manager, and him and his team here at the sheriff office are kind enough to let us use the facilities for our club meeting. So let's give him a big thank you for all he does for us. We really appreciate Will.
Okay, this Tuesday, March 17th at 6 p.m., right here in this building, the National Weather Service is coming for our ARIES meeting, and they're going to give weather spotter training. They will give the information that you need to know to be a weather spotter, and also get on the list, and they will, at certain times, they contact you and want to know what's happening in your area if they see significant weather. I've got a few calls in the past for and getting that info, and we got some new people giving the class this time, so it'll be interesting to see how that changes. Also, Will Lusk again is going to be giving a NIMS open house to guide you into getting your NIMS 700, 800, 100, and 200 classes. And you can just come in at any time between 8 and noon on March 24th through 26th. And we'll show you an easy way to get through and get those classes out of the way. In many types of emergency management systems, they all want you to have these classes. So if you're doing the ARRL task book, you're going to see they want these. If you're doing Oxcom, you want to have that. If you want to do anything in the public sector, they make the officers and firefighters take these classes. And then most of these are also prerequisites to go on to higher level classes in the NIM system. So we really encourage you to take these classes and get those certificates. And then we're also going to be doing on April 17th is the Great Utah Shakeout, and we've put together a plan for the amateur radio community to contact each other, use your cities and faith-based organizations plans, your emergency plans, and we're going to be passing lots of information over Boyce and WinLink and all sorts of different ways. And we encourage you to find out what your local group is doing and get involved. And we're also going to activate the EOC so people from all different portions of utilities and fire departments and all that will be in the EOC. And as you send in information, we're going to have a mock drill. They'll get some information, give us some feedback, and we can send them back to your organization. So please get involved, and we should have a really good simulated emergency test in April.
Can you clarify the date again? Laurie has a comment that it's Thursday, April 16th.
Okay, that's correct.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Ted. Elmer Night. Elmer Night is help night. That's where you come. And whether you're a seasoned radio operator that knows many things or all things, or you know nothing, you come and people help each other out, from programming radios to configuring hotspots to you name it, helping you figure out what radio or antenna to buy. So the next Elmer Night is April 21st at 6:30 p.m. It's always the third Tuesday of even months. Yep, we got that right. So anyway, so come. That's what Elmer Night is. And Elmer is somebody who helps you. All right. Coming up, we have more people that participate with activities than we do that come to club meeting. And that tells us that they are popular and they are fun. They're the best emergency communications training you could ever have. And BARC supports 9 of them. The first 2 are coming up in May. When's the crossover half?
It's the 9th of May. It's the same day as the club meeting.
Same day as the club meeting, okay. When is the Richmond Stampede, Dave?
May 16th.
May 16th, Richmond Stampede bike ride. So those kick it off. And then we have Little Red. I would encourage you to get involved. If you're new, don't know what to do, I can tell you the very first year I got my ham radio license, I helped Cleo with the Pony Express. Cleo, I think you organized that for the hams. Do they still do that up here?
No, they did.
They've moved it south, or is that a different one that goes?
Different.
They used to have Pony Express up that ran through Clarkston, and amateur radio operators were stationed at points, and we had a vehicle up there. This was the 90s, no cell phone, and they had a flat tire, and they came to us and asked us if there was some way we could get a hold of their family member, to come and help them. It was a truck with a horse trailer with a flat tire, and guess what? First time I ever used the auto patch on the Mount Logan repeater, and we were able to make a call and help them, and that got me hooked, and it helped me understand the value of ham radio. But we have 9 events, and they can use your help. So even if you've never done one before, sign up, and in the comments, put that this is my first time. And if you would like to be put with somebody who's a veteran at it, just say that. Many of the events are pretty easy to do. You can do them with a handheld and an antenna, but it's a great way to learn ham radio. And what I always come away with, even after 35 years of doing this, is I need to add this. And it's been things like, I need a clipboard and a pen that works when it's cold, right? Or I need a binder with printouts in it that's got the event information, right? or I need a better antenna, or I need 30 feet of coax. You'll learn a lot by participating in and things like, I need to bring snacks and water. Okay, so great opportunity to serve the community, and some of the events raise money. Many of them raise money for various good causes, like Huntsman Cancer Center. What's the Century raises? It was part of something outdoors for persons with disability. Yeah. I can't remember the group, but anyway, Common Ground, something like that. Anyway, so come out, please sign up. We need lots of help with these activities, okay? And they're usually don't have to turn away anybody, okay? All right, let's move on. If you are on Facebook, you can join our Facebook group. We have a mailing list, so that's separate than the list that sends you the newsletter as a member. So for this one, you have to sign up. It's barc.groups.io, or you can just search groups.io BARC. You'll find it. If you test at our testing center, or sorry, if you test at a BARC test session and you get your technician license, Tyler will put you on this and you'll get an invite via email, and also you get a free membership to the club for the rest of the year. And youth, anybody in college or K through 12, college, PhD program, trade tech, school, beauty school, if you're a student, you get a free membership to BARC until you're no longer a student. So anyway, all right. A cool event coming up, the VHF Society Swap Meet. That's down at Farmington at their fairgrounds. They call it they're changing the name of it. Something. It was called Legacy Event Center, so Google will probably still call it that. Our BARC Ladies Net, 2nd and 4th. BARC VHF SSB Net, if you can do SSB on VHF, is Thursdays at 9, and the Northern Utah Technical Society Digital Net is Sunday at 8 p.m. on Reflector 29C or your local D-Star repeater and DMR, right? Yeah, they're all connected together. Okay. Coming up, club meetings. In April, we'll have Chris Andrus. Chris lives in Lehigh. He'll be coming up to teach us about hotspots. And hotspots are devices you put in your house that allow your radio to connect to it. Your hotspot connects via your internet. So it's kind of like having your own local little teeny repeater in your house, okay? Anyway, he'll be talking about those. And in May, we're doing an amateur radio open house. This is May 9th. May 9th? Yeah, because you said it. We'll be down at Willow Park at the Rotary Pavilion. Hopefully it's not a blizzard snowstorm, but we will have tables set up with various demonstrations about amateur radio, everything from HF to digital, fox hunts, Aries, ERC, GMRS. We'll have setups there, and we'll be inviting the general public. So be sure to come and invite friends who might be interested in ham radio to just come down. It's a casual event. We're going like, what, 10 to noon? Is that what we decided? Set up at 8 a.m. and then run 10 to noon, okay? And May 9th. So if you're on any nets, please announce that. If you're on any local or neighborhood nets, that. So that's coming up, okay? All right, we've got one more STEM fair. It looks like March 19th at Millville Elementary. If you live in Millville, please sign up to help. It's fun to see folks there. And Science Unwrapped, I noticed that Jordan reached out on the listserv and is asking, he can't be there for the one coming up on March 20th. He's looking for somebody to help. So if you're willing to help there, it's who's been to Science Unwrapped before? Anybody? Yeah, a few of us. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. All right. All right. Anything from the floor before we get to the real part of the meeting? All right. So this is antenna show and tell, and it looks like we've got a dozen different displays of antennas back there. So it is just Rome and Tammy. Well, we got refreshments? Go ahead and get them set up. It'll be just mingle and socialize and learn time. Ask questions about various types of antennas. I see all kinds. And so just wander and enjoy. I've got the club store back here, but I haven't had a chance to set it up. If you need, I've got about 8 of the aluminum J-pole antennas left, both the ones that take apart that'll fit in a vehicle and the ones that are solid, among other things in the club store. So if you need an antenna, now's a good time to get them before they sell out. And with the weather like it is, there's no snow on my roof. How about yours? Yeah, it's a good time to climb the roof and fall today instead of June, right? So you can heal before it's fun time. All right. Let's have fun.
But I don't know anything about it.
That's okay. Give us.
All I can tell you is this is an alpha antenna. I can't even remember the model number, but it's an HF antenna. It'll cover from 6 to 80, and portable. It's designed to be portable. This antenna extends. It's got a couple of ground planes, and I got some extra ones when I want to take it out and get up high on a mountain. This thing, but this is incredible. In my backyard, I couldn't believe. On every frequency, I was able to find something, hear something, and contact. So, fantastic. Alpha antenna.
And can we get your name and call sign?
I'm Ken King, November 7, Kilo Mike Kilo.
Perfect.
Cavanaugh, AG7DC. We've got a N9 TAX. This is a commercial J-pole dual band. And what's nice about them is they roll up real small, and I've done a couple of events with this setup, and it works better than just a mag mount antenna.
Hi, I'm Spencer, KE7TAS, and what I have here is a Yagi antenna. Now, originally, it's not my antenna. It was given to me by a friend, and it's getting out of the radio business, so I just made some improvements on it. The cool thing about this is these rods. They're off of Dodge cars. In 1980 to 1990, they made the same antenna for all their vehicles. And so they come with a 20 by 30 thread mount. And so we were able to thread those right on. And I just added new wire here because his was pretty hammered in age. And the exciting part is I did an SO239 on there, so you don't need a barrel connector. You can hook a direct coax right to it and go. And I'm getting really proficient at crimp-ons right now. So, but this is a fun little antenna. I can't tell you what the dB gain on it is because we haven't tested it for that, but it works very, very nicely.
Joseph Longhurst, KI5 FUN, and this is just a mast. Build, deployable, military. I think the connecting component here is not original, but whoever made it did a good job at making that. The bag is marked Go Vertical. Actually, www.goverticalusa.com, but they are no longer selling these. So I just saw one out in the field at an event at an aid station, and I was impressed with the idea. Wanted one for my own field deployable antenna mast solution, and happened to find one at a going out of business sale here locally in Logan. I think the guy must have been a ham radio operator too, but this was on the auction block, so I made a bid and got it, and I brought it today.
This is a 2040. This is about the cheapest HF antenna you can build. It's just coax up to a T, and this one side is the 20-meter side, one side's 40. I haven't unwrapped it, but I use it as a sloper, and this is what I use for my POTA contacts. It's usually fiberglass poles, but I brought this aluminum one for this, but it's real quick to set up, and I just slope it down, and then I just have tent pegs to hold them down, and I can run. So if this is the 40-meter side, there's 2 wires, and they go in opposite directions. The same with the 20-meter, and I just run them down. I can run them in 4 different directions, right? 20 one way, 40 the other, or most of the time I run the 20 and 40 parallel. And then over here, you've probably seen antennas like this. This is a Diamond X50 with a fiberglass shell. Here is the inside. We pulled it out. That is the inside of the antenna. And Luke was just here explaining how it works. You can see we got a little coil here and a matching section. We've got what we anticipate is a 5/8 inch 2-meter antenna. And then there's this, it looks brass, with a dielectric insulator in the center. And this is what gives it 70 centimeters. So this is a dual band 2-meter and 70 centimeter. And it's considered a collinear on 2 meters. There's a coil here and a coil there. And we were looking, and we don't see, there might be a seam there, but we were thinking they had to put this part on the wire before they did the last coil. But anyway, that's what's inside a typical fiberglass antenna like a Diamond X50. The only thing we don't have out are the 3 radials for that antenna that give it part of its ground.
Perfect, thank you.
Tyler, N7UWX. So this is a Wolf Rivers coil. I bought it a few years ago. It took me about a year to get it all figured out, but it's now that I figured it out, I like it a lot. The ground radials I made so that I can quick connect them. They just snap in, and I reel them out and stake them in. There's about 33 feet of ground plane here. The coil I've marked so that I know where at least 20, 40, and 80 meters is the very bottom. And this you can adjust it on the coil, or you can adjust the radial too. And this isn't the original radial. It's a longer one than the original one, and it does work better than the original one. I don't know why they don't give you the longer one in the original package. And also I bought me a Faraday cloth. I haven't tried it yet. One of these days
But I have it.
but I have it. I'm going to get it out and try it and see if it really makes a difference or not. I've heard it does, but I don't know. We'll see. And then this here's a little quarter wave I made, homemade one. Made it for $5 or less, probably.
It's too pricey.
Yeah. The first one I made where I bolted it on. They were bolted on with spades, and they tipped over and destroyed itself. So I made it a little better the second time. But it was about a SWR of 1.05 to 1. So that was pretty good. So that's what I got.
So Aaron Boyce, Kilo Golf 7, Alpha Zulu Yankee. All right, so this antenna I did not make. I bought it, but I added all the holes in here to reduce weight. So this is a Aero Yagi. This is an egg beater antenna. It's mostly used for satellite work. So it's right-hand polarized. So I built that. It's a 70 centimeter antenna right there. So this is just a J-pole antenna, so 70 and 2 meters. And then this antenna here I use for my summits on the air activations. I stick it up in the air with the center with this pole here. And then right here I have links that I can switch bands with. And you can make these for any bands you want. This is 10, 15, 20, 40 right here. And then right here we have an end fed that can be used for portable activations as well. So this is only good for about 20 to 30 watts right here. So yeah, end fed, pretty simple to make. These are simple to make. The link dipoles are simple, J-poles are simple. So
right. Doug Eames, K1NQ, and I built this for Spencer Dattage. It's a non-penetrating roof mount. Use cinder block to hold the roof. And these are the fiberglass poles you get down to Smith & Edwards. This just slides down like so. It'll go up to 12 feet tall, and you attach your antenna to the top. So that's what it is.
Beautiful, I love it. Thank you.
Ted McArthur, AC7II. And this is an alpha antenna. It's an HF antenna, does 80 through 6 meters. My radio can tune all bands with this, so I don't have to go out and reset the antenna. This is actually just like a tent pole, and it folds up and goes into this little bag. And Tyler and I go out once a week and do a POTA with it. We go to one of the parks. It has one radial that goes out about 25, 30 feet and put it in the ground, and then a ground rod that goes down below it, and drive it in the ground and put coax on it and put a battery to the radio, and we're totally portable. Takes about 5 to 10 minutes to set up, and with the POTA activities, we get pileups almost every time. Went up to Lower Tony Grove parking lot a few weeks ago, and we could not keep up. It was coming so fast and furious. It was almost hard to do because there would be 8 or 10 people every time we'd call CQ. This is totally a purchased one, and it is very much long distance. Most of the contacts are usually several hundred miles away, if not further. When I bring up the stations I contact, they're usually like East Coast, Midwest, and like the West Coast. Don't see too much real close except for maybe somebody in the same valley. So it's not NVIS at all, but still get lots of contacts. I've contacted Europe, Australia, all sorts of different places with it. It's not what you would want for a home antenna, but for a portable, it's a lot of fun.
Well, what we have here is a mag loop antenna, a magnetic loop. It uses the magnetic field of a radio broadcast, not the electric field. Most antennas use the electric field, but accompanying the electric field is a magnetic field. And so this is a solenoid, and it tunes the magnetic field. It's completely self-contained. Notice that there's no ground rod. Not only is there no ground rod, there's no radials, no place to put radials. Completely self-contained HF antenna. This is 20 meters. This is 10 meters. That's all I need for a 10-meter HF antenna. Extremely portable, as you can see. And so I'm. Yeah, funky do things, yes. Now on 100 watts, you wouldn't want to touch it because it'd be very high voltage down there. But on.
And that's your power supply?
No, this is. It's a tuner.
That's the tuner.
And so the radio doesn't need a tuner because this is the tuner.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't need a tuner in the radio, which this one doesn't have one.
Clever.
Anyway, that's working with a little radio like that.
Awesome.
It's a ticket for portable operations. It really is.
And your name and call sign?
Mike, AG7MG.
Perfect.